Throughout history, insects have evolved elaborate and unique adaptations to defend themselves against predators, parasites, and other competitors. These include protective coloration, behavioral defense, auditory defense, and chemical defense. Protective coloration can be split into four main subtypes: crypsis, aposematism, mimicry, and mimesis.
So what exactly is crypsis?
Crypsis is when an animal avoids detection by blending into one's background. Insects can either match the environment they're in or camouflage body parts. For example, the mottled wings of the peppered moth allow them to camouflage against trees, making it harder for them to be spotted by predators.
On the other hand, aposematism is when some insects use bright colors to ward off any predators. This way, they are able to convey universal back-off warnings just by showing how colorful they are. Monarch butterflies have utilized toxins that they ingest from milkweed plants as caterpillars, causing them to be toxic if eaten. This is why you might see bright orange and black monarch butterflies flying around, because those colors mean I'm toxic.
And then you have coloration mimicry, which profits off of aposematism. Mimicry refers to a defenseless species, or mimic, that copies an aposematic species, or model. Take bees and wasps, for example. They have bright yellow and black stripes to warn predators of their stinging ability, but they aren't the only ones with stripes. Defenseless insects like longhorn beetles, hoverflies, and clearwing moths all mimic the colors and patterns of wasps and bees to take advantage of the painful reputation they have. This way, predators think they are also able to sting, and the insects avoid getting eaten.
Just like mimicry, mimesis also focuses on tricking predators. By imitating natural objects, mimetic species fool enemies into thinking they aren't there.
Oh cool, kinda like that one stick bug meme?
Yeah, stick bugs have a wood or stem-like appearance and sway slowly to imitate plants and branches.
Sometimes appearance alone isn't enough. That's when insects use behavioral defenses and active escape behaviors like fleeing or hiding. There are many different fleeing mechanisms like flying, swimming, running, or jumping, often used alongside hiding to avoid capture when threatened.
Wow!
For example, members of the order Diptera develop wings and a rapid reaction time to leap and fly away from threats, which is why you can never catch them.
And when all of these aren't enough to get a predator to back off, some insects use what we call auditory defense. There's percussion defense and timbulation defense. Percussion requires the insect hitting part of its body against the floor, while timbulation uses a membrane-like structure called a timbal to make sharp clicking sounds. Insects that use this kind of defense have hollow bodies, which enhances the sound.
On the topic of noise, I heard a cockroach scream at me last night. Can they do that, or was I just dreaming?
You definitely weren't dreaming. You must have come into contact with the Madagascar hissing cockroach.
Huh?
Yeah, the hissing from this cockroach is what entomologists call forced air defense. Insects breathe through spiracles, aka breathing holes, along the sides of their abdomen, and over time, this cockroach evolved a single set of output spiracles to make a hissing sound. Isn't that cool?
You know what? That is cool. I never knew that.
And hey, did you know about stridulation defense? It's when an insect rubs part of its legs, wings, or other similar body parts in order to create a loud noise that'll shock predators. Imagine you go to take a big fat bite of a yummy burger and all of a sudden you hear a fire alarm coming from it. I don't know about you, but I would not be eating that irritating out burger.
Speaking of irritants, insects have two types: distraction irritants and painful irritants.
What are those?
One example of a painful irritant is venom from bees and wasps. When a bee notices a predator, it will sting. Other bees nearby will react to that and start attacking. When the stinger is pulled out, the venom sac will continue to pump for about 2 minutes if not removed, allowing for an extra painful sting. Some Hymenoptera, like wasps, have a modified stinger that won't pull out. The wasp releases an alarm pheromone in its venom while stinging, which signals its nestmates to start attacking. Hey, don't get distracted. Distraction irritants like reflex bleeding are commonly seen in larvae of cumber beetles. When aggravated, their abdominal segments become inflated and release large droplets of hemolymph. These goobers are often prey to ants, so the defensive bleeding allows them to escape by acting as a lethal deterrent.
So class, what did we learn today?
Insects have a variety of ways to protect themselves.
And these adaptations have evolved over time to maximize survival.